Hello, today we are going to talk about a short story by Khwaja Ahmed Abbas. It is titled after the main character of the story, Bholi, and sheds light on the social status of women in India. Before moving on to our story, let us get to know our author. Khwaja Ahmed Abbas or K.A. Abbas was born in Panipat, undivided Punjab. He wrote screenplays and directed a number of Indian films. He was also a novelist and a journalist, writing in the Urdu, Hindi, and English languages. His films have won 4 National Film Awards in India. Pardesi was nominated for the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. He was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India in 1969. Let us now start with the story. Ramlal was a prosperous farmer and had 7 children. The youngest daughter was Sulekha. Sulekha was also 10 months old when she fell off the cot and damaged a part of her brain. She remained a backward child and was called Bholi, the simpleton. Bholi was very fair and pretty at birth, but a smallpox attack permanently disfigured her with deep black pockmarks. The other children made fun of her and mimicked her because she stammered. The Tehsildar had inaugurated a primary school in the village. Ramlal was a revenue official and hence a representative of the government. So the Tehsildar asked Ramlal to set an example before the villagers by sending his daughters to school. Clearly, women empowerment was not a priority for Ramlal and his wife. His wife refused to send their daughters to school. She believed that it is difficult for educated women to find husbands. Only Bholi was allowed to attend because her parents felt she neither had good looks nor brains. It would be near impossible for her to get married, so education would not hinder her marriage. Note how parents in India raise their daughters with the purpose of marrying them away at a certain age. The value of a woman is determined by whether she is marriageable or not. Even in the 21st century, patriarchy and its many social evils continue to cripple the progress of women. Next, we find that Bholi was afraid to go to school. The author conveys through Bholi's thoughts how women are often treated as commodity. Poor Bholi feared that she might be treated like a domestic animal which has outlived its use. Their cow, Lakshmi, was turned out of the house because she no longer yielded milk. On her first day at school, Bholi was dressed in a clean dress and her dry and matted hair was rubbed with oil. This made her believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. She reached school and sat down in a corner in one of the classrooms. Bholi was glad to see so many girls of her own age. She hoped to befriend someone. She looked at the pictures on the walls of the classroom. The colors fascinated her. The horse was brown just like the horse on which the Tehsildar had come to visit the village. The goat was black like the goat of the neighbor. The parrot was green like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard. The cow was just like their old cow Lakshmi. She noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. Bholi stammered when the teacher asked her name and all the girls started laughing at her. The teacher called her in a soothing voice and handed her a book. She encouraged her to tell her name aloud. The teacher assured Bholi that one day she would be able to speak without the slightest stammer. Bholi's heart was throbbing with the new hope she found. Children are often bullied at school if they happen to be different. In Bholi's case, her classmates found her stammer funny and laughed at her weaknesses. The teacher's role tells us that only kindness can cure someone's weaknesses. Years passed and the village transformed into a small town. Ramlal decided to get Bholi married to Bishambar, a 45 years old, well-to-do grocer. He feared that this could be the last chance of getting Bholi married. Bholi's mother said, 45 or 50, it is no great age for a man. We are lucky that he is from another village and does not know about her pockmarks and her lack of sense. This observation made by Bholi's mother shows that she is still backward in her thoughts. Often parents themselves are influenced by the society to judge their children's physical appearance and underestimate them. They yield to societal pressure and try to get their daughters married at any cost. The daughters often have no say in this matter. The bridegroom, Bisambar Nath, came with a big troop of friends and relatives with a brass band playing a popular tune from an Indian film. Bholi was led to the bride's place near the sacred fire. Bisambar lifted the garland of yellow marigold and took a quick glance at Bholi. He saw pockmarks on her face and demanded 5,000 rupees from Ramlal in exchange for marrying Bholi. Ramlal placed the bundle of money at the bridegroom's feet. Bholi looked up straight at her prospective husband with cold contempt in her eyes. She declared that she would not marry Bisambar. Bholi had made up her mind. She said she would serve her parents in their old age. She also resolved to teach in the same school where she had learned so much. Bholi's teacher had witnessed the drama all along and looked at Bholi with smiling eyes. The author describes how the teacher's eyes shone when she looked at Bholi. She felt like an artist observing the completion of a masterpiece. Like the village which had transformed into a town, the transformation of Bholi too was complete. The simpleton Bholi had now become Sulekha. From Bholi's story, we learn how a simpleton who was bullied and underestimated learns to stand up on her own feet. The teacher's kind guidance and the role of education was crucial in helping Sulekha or Bholi find her own voice. Rather than being pressurized by her family to enter into a dissatisfying marriage, she asserted her own will. That is all for today. In our next video, we shall quickly recap today's story and try to answer a few questions.